A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we connect with you with A to Y. I'm Yasas.
And I'm Asi. Good to see you, Yasas. How is it going?
Good to see you again after a few minutes once again.
I know, I know. Sorry, I'm connecting through my mobile today. I'm actually not at home. I came somewhere else, but how can we miss Thursday's evening, right, Yasas?
Definitely. Azi, I don't know whether you're a gypsy. Every time we connect, either you're in a car park or you're traveling or you're somewhere else. It seems like you're not doing any work.
That's a discussion for another day.
Yeah, this is how cool our company works. No matter what we do, where we are connected and we are busy with
Absolutely.
work. And this is how we are remotely. We work and we need to have that kind of thinking. You should not limit yourself as it used to be in the past days, seated in an office for a 8 to 5 job. Because for us, honestly, there's no time. It has good things and it has bad things. Bad things is we work around the clock. Good thing is we can work anywhere. So anyway, with that topic, let's shift the gear today, Asi. What are we going to talk about?
Oh, today we are actually going to talk about something really interesting. It's about importance of context versus going viral. Obviously, we are in the digital age, right? And most of the, I would say, this is our personal opinion. Definitely, you can have your own view and thoughts about it. Like most of the, I would say, digital content creators, they have the vision to go viral. Right? And not only going viral, and when they do so many things to go viral, and it's an ultimate goal in the day, right? And these digital content creators, irrespective of their personal profiles or business profile, uh, having millions views, having million likes and shares, it has hard to resist. But when you're doing that, are you actually thinking about the context of it? So that's what we are going to talk about it, right, Yasas?
Interesting, Asia. Interesting. So let's bring a bit of context to this discussion about context. Okay. So let's look at this slide deck or this video. I'm sure many of you who are connected here, if you've been around in business 10 years ago, this exactly happened 10 years ago in 2013. This was called Blank Roller Babies video. It went viral. If most of you can remember, we would suggest you comment below, go on the live chat, tell us what this video is about. Do you remember it? If not, we will run a snippet, but for obvious reasons, we are not going to share the video in entirety and with sound. The reason is it has audio tracks and we don't want to get caught for copyright. So with that, I'm sorry, we are going to share this video for a little bit, but let us know. Have a look and try to guess what this video is about if you haven't seen it. Especially if you're new to this, you wouldn't probably have seen this video. This went 10 years ago, and then we'll take you to the context. So it's an interesting video, very cute video, a lovable video.
Absolutely.
Millions and millions of views of kids, on roller skates rather.
The concept is it's a surreal concept. Let's see the video, Yasas.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I thought I was sharing the video. Let me go back to the video then. I thought I was playing it. Here's the video. You can see it, right, Azi?
Yeah. It's visible. Oh man, I remember this video.
These are kids on rollerblades, roller skates, having fun, very cute. Of course, it's CGI. It's not real. No kids were harmed creating this video. With that, let me come back to the discussion. So, please go on the comments. If you have seen this video or if you haven't seen this video, comment, share. What do you think this video is about? This was obviously an advertisement. It had millions and millions of views. Even now, if you go and search, I don't think we can see the original video, but even the current videos, which were re-uploads, have 55 million, 11 million, over a lot of millions of views. by each and every person who has uploaded, re-uploaded. There are remakes of it. But what is this? I'm sure when we did this test, as in most of them said it's probably something to do with diapers, it's something to do with kids products, it's probably it's something to do with energy. There was a follow-up video. There was a video of adults going and standing in front of store window, and they see themselves with a baby and they start dancing for a popular tune. Same company. So this video was actually done by Avian. It was a mineral water bottle company. And they were talking about their mineral water. They were talking, I can't remember the message even. But you won't believe us, this video got into the Guinness Book of Records as one of the most watched videos in that year. So what do you think? A video so cute, so lovable, so shared. I think in Sri Lanka, a lot of people used it for other purposes. It was recreated in many ways over these last 10 years. So much of recall, and I'm sure all of you who are connected would remember this video for sure. And with all that virality, what do you think happened to the sales? Azzy, I know you know the story, but let's leave it with the viewers who are connected today. What do you think happened with the sales? It's a no-brainer. You got so much of visibility, so much of brand recall, so much of brand awareness created with this video. I'm sure sales would have skyrocketed. But unfortunately, that's not the story. This is actually an excerpt from Business Insider, where they say, at this time, I think it was 13 million views on YouTube, which is nothing today. But in those years, 10 years ago, 13 million was like super great.
Massive. Yeah.
But the viral success is not the same as sales success. And in fact, they say after it was released in 2009, sales of the water brand actually declined. They were making losses. And the statement is coming from Jonah Berger. Sorry, I thought I was sharing slides again. Okay. This is coming from Business Insider. It's coming, and it was highlighted by Jonah Berger. He's an author. He's from Wharton. He's a professor from Wharton Business School, University of Pennsylvania. He wrote in his book, Contagious, Nothing Contagious, How Things Catch On. I can't remember the exact title, but something like that, where he talked about 6 different points, Azzy, on why things would catch on, why things would become viral. He talked about 6 points, and one of the points he was talking about is the shareability or the public value to it, the triggers, the emotions. Those are the kind of points he talked about. Maybe it's another days of discussion, but he clearly said this video having so much of views didn't really make it into the sales. The biggest problem is context, because if you look at it, as I said, many people relate this. If it was a Pampers ad, or it was related to baby diapers, it would have made sense. Absolutely. If it was some baby nutrition product, probably I know you can't sell nutrition to babies, but it would have sold. Maybe the other video, if it was something about re-energizing yourself for adults, where or it brings in a fun aspect of you, makes a kid of you, it would have made sense. But this had no context to this video. The brand had no context. Similarly, Azzy, I think in Athens, or I think Olympics in 1996, when they had it in USA, I think it was Atlanta, right? I can't remember exactly. There was a guerrilla marketing thing that happened. There was this guy who climbed the diving board and he jumped in with a particular brand, a casino brand, on his t-shirt. Right? And immediately the officials came in, they took him out. There was so much of hype created, right? And then people are talking about, everyone was talking about it, but the same thing. It had nothing to do with sports, it had nothing to do with pranks. It didn't really add value. It was in fact talked about in the marketing arena, saying one of the biggest failures in marketing. Even if though the activity that was done was really good, they kind of created a brand, it was Olympics, free advertising around the world, it had no context to their casino or their gambling or whatever the brand was. I can't even remember the brand. That's how bad the advertising was. Now the sad story of this is, Azzy, even in today, even in Sri Lanka, We see so many brands winning awards on viral videos, so many people applauding on creating virality, 5 millions of views by using particular influencers, using particular creators. Everybody, if you ask them, hey, did you see this video? People will say, yeah, isn't it super majang? Isn't it humorous? Isn't it hilarious? People will go and explain what the video was about. But if you, I personally done this, Asi, I'm sure you have done this. When we ask them, can you remember what the brand is? They
Correct.
can't even recall the brand. Or if
Correct.
you wait till the end, a lot of people would go and comment saying, I'm waiting to see what this, I was waiting till the end to know what the brand is, because people are so inquisitive. Because the video was so well, they know it's a sponsored video, they know something to do with a brand, but they can't figure out. Now, a lot of people in Sri Lanka think this is creative, this is smart. When people
Yes.
can't figure out how the brand is incorporated, it's actually smart. No, it is not smart, because the whole objective of bringing brands into virality is to create either brand awareness or to create brand recall. Right? It has to improve. It should bring top of the mind um, space for the brand. If you're not creating that, if the viral video doesn't remind people of, if people are not talking about the brand but talking about the video after that, it has no context to the virality.
Absolutely.
And this is the topic we want to talk about today, because there's no point winning brand awards, winning, getting so much of views and getting people to talk about the video if people cannot recall the brand. And this is a big trap companies fall into, brand managers fall into, marketing managers fall into, digital marketing managers fall into, or agencies fall
Correct.
into.
Correct.
And it's, I think, our responsibility, even being, consultants on this side, to talk about it, because we never want our customers to just go for clicks, views, or reach if it doesn't result in the brand, or if it doesn't result in conversion. End of the day, if you're not making sales through that, if it's not generating anything that
Correct.
adds value to your brand, or it doesn't add value to your sales, what's the whole point of going viral?
No point of doing that. Absolutely. And even I have seen a couple of, like, in Sri Lanka, there are we don't want to quote any names or anything, just famous vloggers, right? They have done brilliant videos, very funny videos related to certain brands, but obviously that videos have millions of views, millions of reach, but end of the day, if the individuals or if the viewers doesn't know about the brand, so why spending so much of millions to create such content if it is not impacting your organization, or if it is not impacting the sales, right?
Exactly, Asi. I think it's of course it's no fault of creators or influencers. We are not trying to thrash anyone or kind of bring in or criticize agencies, ad agencies, or creative individuals. We must also bring into note, Asi, creating this type of content. Like, for example, if you take the global big content creators like Mr. Beast and them, they spend millions on production. Recently, there was this video of Nas Daily. I think you shared it with me, right?
Yeah.
Talking about how much money they make through Facebook, and how every video they create is making a loss, because they're spending so much in terms of creativity. Now, if we know these creators, we know agencies, we know creative people spend a lot of time, a lot of money in bringing out new creative content. So hats off for the creativity. I think creativity is at the peak in these type of videos. Either it's humorous, or it generates suspense, it generates anger sometimes, it generates sadness, or it brings in, a thinking point. So they are really doing a creative angle in types of those videos, and that is exactly why they are going viral. A video won't go viral, it won't catch on as Jonah Burger if it doesn't have those aspects of virality. So we are not talking about the creativity here. We are talking about the brand that's associated with these type of videos, whether it really matters. Because it's very easy today to create controversy. You can create controversy. You can arouse people. Arousal is one form that Contagious Book talks about. If you can arouse people in a good way or a negative way, it's going to create virality without a doubt. Because people want to, it triggers them. They share it because it triggers them either in a happy way or in a sad way or in an angry way. And that is why it brings in virality. But is it related to the context? This is something we need to always ask. As marketers, as entrepreneurs, because this platform is for marketers, entrepreneurs, digital marketers, and anyone who's looking at creating. Think about the context always. Just don't go for the likes, the clicks, the views, the millions of views out there. Virality is good if it brings that brand presence for you, if it creates that top of the mind position for you, if it recalls your brand, reminds your brand, or repositions your brand, yes, go ahead for it. I think one good thing we can talk about very recently, and we are not again going to criticize the brand, we are not going to criticize the video. There was this video done by SoftLogic Insurance. Now, we are not paid to talk about this, neither as I said, we're going to talk bad about this. Hats off to the creativity, bringing deepfake technology, right, Aziz?
Deepfake technology. They have used it's the first deepfake technology video right? In Sri Lanka.
Yeah, so hats off for doing that, bringing famous singers like Mr. Jyothipala, Milton Mallavarachi, Sunil Pereira, who else was there? Clarence, it was an amazing video. I mean, I personally loved it. It was amazing. We should give credit to the creators of that and for the idea of creating such a video where you bring these legends together to sing something together. However, it created controversy, obviously. It had positive comments. There were so many people who were saying, like, brilliant, this is how brands should do it. And then equally or probably less or more, there were certain people who were thrashing it also, saying if these legends were alive, they wouldn't have become so cheap in advertising insurance, or they wouldn't have endorsed a particular brand in insurance, was the discussion. I was going through the comments, and initially I was very upset to see how people disregard creativity and talk bad about it. On the other hand, I felt, and I think, disclaimer, they had got permission from the artist family, so there was nothing unethical done there in that sense. However, the question I would like to put across is, could this have been avoided? Did we not see that coming if you use lovable people, legends, to endorse a particular brand? Could there? Tell me, Aziz, do you think would they have had a different approach? Could they have still achieved brand awareness in a different way, or should they have not done it at all? Or do you think, in your opinion, was it okay? What's your opinion?
Yeah, in my personal opinion, yes, I would say, like, all these, obviously these certain artists, they are fond of certain brands, and obviously there are certain financial gains behind these activities. So personally, I would say some of the artists might, some may not, but in the current context now, all of us are in the digital space. A lot of things are happening in the digital space, and even if the artists who are live right now, they are also moving into digital space. In my personal opinion, I believe they might consider it coming into these platforms.
Definitely. So my opinion also is very mixed. I personally feel there could have been certain things they could have done to avoid such a negative sentiment on the comments, because and in talking about the context, because we're talking of context and virality, I'm not too sure how viral that video became so far, but in terms of the context, they tried to bring context with the song saying "leda leda leda," and talking about insurance in that song. The whole song is about the context, and these artists, the legends, they are endorsing, saying go ahead with SoftLogic Insurance. So I think context was brought in, but probably not in the best way.
Sorry, yes, I will have to correct you in that. Probably they are not referring the brand name to endorsing. They are just sharing that information.
Talking about insurance, need of insurance.
Yes.
Not the brand name, sorry, not the brand name. Thanks for correcting me, Aziz. But they're talking about insurance, about getting sick. So there is context. But the question is it really context that we can share, we can relate to, or is it just context with a song? That's one question to be asked. Number two, we understand creating such a video requires a lot of budgets, a lot of expenses. I know we've hit the 20 minutes mark, but I want to just make this statement. It's it's very difficult for independent artists or someone who has such an idea to do it on their own as a tribute project. So definitely you need financial backing to create something
Correct.
like that. So
Correct.
you need a company to support you, and when a company supports you, unless it's a CSR angle, it's very difficult for a company to justify their money spent on something, especially from marketing, without brand adherence. So SoftLogic hats off for paying, believing, and giving the agencies, the creative people, the artistry or the rights to do
Creativity
what
of
they
it.
like.
Yes.
Bring that creativity, right? Because
Yeah.
most of the time we know it's not easy to work with brands and do something creative, because they try to they have to justify, they have to be accountable when brands spend on these things. So I think SoftLogic should get that recognition. The question is, could we have done something different? So leave a comment below. We don't want to kind of give 100% say it's right. We don't want to say it's wrong, because
Yeah.
if you look at both sides, there are concerns. I personally feel it could have been done a little bit better, but I don't know the context when they were working on it, what the ideas were, and so on
Yeah.
and so forth. So once again, no disrespect to the artists or the creators of that video or SoftLogic
The
Insurance, but
organization. Yeah.
talking about today's topic, importance of context over virality is something we need to always think about. So I hope with this quick discussion, we were able to get you to start thinking of something. We shared something that has happened in the past. Any marketer, any entrepreneur, anyone who's in the creative space, think about context over virality, because if you can bridge both together, if you can marry both together, the context and the virality, then definitely it's going to be a success. But if it's just going to create virality without context, or it has context without virality, it has no use. So try to see, whenever you are messaging, how can you build context and virality together? And I think that is the recipe for success. So with that,
100%.
I think
100%. Yes, 100%. So just to add one point to what you said, if you are an organization leader and if you are in the process or in the business of creating content, supporting your clients, but remember this, going viral can be absolutely crazily tempting, but it is also essential for you to recognize and endure the power of context when you're driving content.
Exactly. So with that thought, we are signing off today's edition of A to Y, and we hope you'll connect with us 6:30 p.m. next Thursday as well from Sri Lanka, or in Gulf Standard Time 5 p.m. And we look forward to bring another interesting topic with you. Thank you very much. I'm Yazas.
And I'm Asi, signing off.
See you again.